What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE firing 2 officials and suspending talent, why Alexa Bliss was heartbroken, another fired superstar teases joining Impact Wrestling, there's more details on Velveteen Dream's auto accident, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Let's hit the intro and get straight into the news. Now our first story looks at WWE firing 2 officials and suspending talent. Now NXT UK continues to deal with the fallout from the hashtag Speaking Out movement. Recently, the WWE released Ligero, Jack Gallagher and Travis Banks based on accusations of misconduct, and now the WWE has announced further action. The Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online is reporting the company confirmed the referees Joel Allen and Chris Roberts were released while Joe Coffey has been suspended, all due to allegations from the hashtag Speaking Out. As far as the conference call with UK talent, it was largely Paul Levesque telling them explicitly what the protocol was regarding allegations. He said there would be zero tolerance on any charges provided there was irrefutable evidence to the charges. Now we'll continue following the latest developments stemming from the hashtag Speaking Out movement as we get more details. Next up, why Alexa Bliss was left heartbroken. Alexa Bliss is one of the biggest talents in the women's division today. She's won a number of accolades including women's championships and becoming Ms. Money in the Bank. However, there is one thing that Alexa is heartbroken over, something that she never got to do. She was slated to wrestle at WWE's first ever all-female pay-per-view Evolution in a tag match, but things had to be changed. In an interview with Fox Sports, she mentioned, "Unfortunately, I was dealing with concussions and I had to do a live event. WWE wanted me to get back in the ring before Evolution. I was booked on the live event, and during a live event, I ended up getting reconcussed again. I remember being in the trainer's room after and they said, 'You're concussed again. That means no Evolution,' which really sucked. It was heartbreaking because they said, 'Take the Impact test. There's a chance you might get cleared right before Evolution. We'll have you in the ring the day before to see how you're feeling,' and I ended up having really bad vertigo from the concussions. I couldn't do anything and I found out literally as I was flying to Evolution I wasn't going to be cleared. It sucked, but it was a lot of fun being part of that moment and being able to watch it as a fan. Now hopefully WWE will be able to fulfill her dreams as they may do a second all-women's pay-per-view down the line." Next up, another fired WWE wrestler teases joining Impact Wrestling. Now there were a whole host of WWE superstars fired on April 15th, and one of them was Father Heath Slater. Now if anybody thought Heath Slater would take this opportunity to go get jacked and then come back and face Drew McIntyre or Jinder Mahal, well unfortunately that might not be the case, as Heath Slater seems to be teasing that he's heading over to Impact Wrestling for its Slammiversary pay-per-view. Slater just recently posted a short clip on his Twitter account that said, "Watch the hell out," and then it gave us a date, July 18th coming soon, which happens to be the same date as Impact's Slammiversary pay-per-view. It could just be a massive coincidence, but again, a tease is a tease at the end of the day. Whilst many people speculate that it'll be EC3 who will be the mystery man in the championship match, it could very well be Heath Slater. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Next up, an update on WWE handling the pandemic. More information is coming out regarding the WWE's efforts to reduce infections from the virus. According to various news sites including Heal by Nature, the WWE issued a memo with the following language to talent. As a reminder, wearing masks, sanitizing and social distancing will be required at the Performance Center this week and going forward. You'll be required to wear a mask upon entering, and we ask you to adhere to these requirements in order to minimize risks. According to a report by Fightful Select, there are rumors that WWE may not have virus test results back in time before the tapings for the Great American Bash. If so, could it lead to changes in the card? A common sense would suggest that, but with the WWE's past practices dealing with the pandemic, nothing is certain. Next up, WWE's Convoluted COVID scheme. If you're ready for a good laugh, make sure you're sitting down because the WWE's latest plan for bypassing travel restrictions to Florida is one of the funniest things yet to come from Titanland. As you've likely heard, the state of Florida is reporting suffering a spike in virus cases, which has led to other states taking measures to protect its citizens. According to a report at Ringside News, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut announced that anyone flying into their state from Florida or Texas must go through a 2-week quarantine. This is a big issue. Staff members, including virtually every executive, live in Connecticut so they can work at the WWE headquarters in Stamford. But this has led to a complicated process for wrestlers trying to make it to the Performance Center. According to Ringside News, anyone coming from those prohibited areas are now flying to and from Philadelphia. This is to avoid the restrictions against flying directly from Florida to New York, Connecticut, or New Jersey. Once in Philadelphia, everyone needs to figure out how to get to their own destinations from there. As you might imagine, this could prove problematic for wrestlers forced to make these convoluted travel arrangements. As noted by Ringside News, it was described to us as a mess, and one lifetime staffer ironically reminded us that this is a publicly traded company. They've flown people through Philly before, but it's everyone, and like everything else, it's a complete mess. Not only does it sound like a complete mess, but it sounds like the WWE is setting itself up for more infections and possibly a complete shutdown. Professional wrestling is often ignored by the mainstream media, which is a good thing for WWE, as its dismissive attitude towards the pandemic would conceivably be top news if it happened with football or baseball. Next up, Booker T talks up Tessa Blanchard. With Tessa Blanchard now a free agent, there's been lots of speculation as to where she'll end up next. While the WWE and AEW have been discussed, nothing is certain yet. Booker T doesn't think Tessa will have any problem finding work despite rumors of a bad attitude. In fact, he questioned whether she actually has a bad attitude, as during an episode of his Hall of Fame podcast, the two-time WWE Hall of Famer suggested maybe Tessa Blanchard doesn't have a bad attitude. Maybe it's the people that she's been working around more importantly than anything. Booker seems to think Tessa should head to the WWE, and he shared his own experiences before heading there. She's gonna be a star immediately. We're gonna actually get a chance to see how good Tessa Blanchard really is, if she's as good as she says she is as well. That's something I always wondered myself when I was working them other companies, especially before I got to WWE, was how good was I? Can I go up here and show these guys that I'm the real deal? In my head, I thought I could do that. I proved that in the long run. Blanchard could show up very soon, as she's under no restrictions from wrestling for any promotion. Next up, more details on Velveteen Dream's auto accident. Velveteen Dream was recently involved in an automobile accident, but the details remain sketchy, and that is until an exclusive story from Wrestling Inc.'s Raj Giri. Wrestling Inc. has learned that the accident took place on Friday afternoon at around 4 p.m. Dream apparently failed to stop at a red light when he struck another car. The driver of the other car did sustain some injuries, however, the severity is not known. Dream was given a citation, however, will not have to appear in court. Dream's status with the WWE remains in doubt, as accusations of improper conduct have led to talk he may be released. Next up, WWE cancels proposed live events. As noted in earlier news videos, the WWE was planning to resume live events with fans in late July, with shows scheduled for 24th and 27th July in Florida. Now, those plans have been cancelled. During an episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer revealed, so the dates July 24th and 27th were cancelled officially by WWE. The people who were going to work those shows got the word later in the afternoon. If they get delayed, nobody knows that's going on. Everything spiked again. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. That's all I can say. Given the WWE's apparent difficulties dealing with protecting its wrestlers and workers from the virus, it seemed like a bad move to be rushing into bringing back fans when the company can't even protect its own wrestlers. Add in the spike in cases in Florida, and it's a good move by the WWE. Next up, bad news for the Bella Twins' mother. The Bella Twins' mother, Kathy Laurinaitis, has been hospitalized. Brie posted an update on Instagram that, "Today my mum goes in for brain surgery. They realized she doesn't have Bell's palsy, but a mass on her brainstem. Couldn't sleep because I was praying all night. She's a strong one, and I know all her angels will be with her. Hashtag Bella Army, send Mama Bella all the prayers and love today. And we send all our thoughts and prayers out to Kathy Laurinaitis and her family, and wish her a speedy recovery." And finally, Dolph Ziggler wants another match with Edge. Last but not least, Dolph Ziggler is currently scheduled to face Drew McIntyre at Extreme Rules for the WWE Championship, a huge match to be certain. However, there's another superstar Ziggler would like to meet up with again, and he revealed its Edge in an interview with Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso. I can't speak highly enough about Adam, and that's one of my absolute favourite matches, pointing out to his 2011 Royal Rumble match against Edge, which also has to do with our history outside the ring. If there's a chance where him and I could go toe-to-toe in the ring again, I would love it. Adam might be in the best shape of his life, which again, like Randy, is starting to piss me off. They're out there doing 45-minute matches, crushing it, and looking like $1,000,000. I need to step up my game. Would you guys like to see Dolph square off against Edge? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.